My beloved child, there is a kind of missing that feels quiet. And then there is a kind that changes everything. Pause. Some people say I miss you casually. But some people feel it in ways they cannot explain. It shows up in silence, in restless nights, in moments where everything looks normal, yet nothing feels right. That is where they are now. My beloved child. For a long time, they managed your absence. They distracted themselves, stayed busy, pretended to move on, told themselves, "It's fine. I'll get over it." But something kept returning. Your voice, your presence, the calm they felt around you, the version of themselves that only existed when you were there. These things don't fade easily, especially when they were real. Think honestly tonight. Have you ever seen someone act distant, but emotionally unsettled? They look fine, but something feels off. Their energy is heavier. Their silence is louder. Their attention drifts. Their mind keeps going back. That is not weakness. That is attachment. They never fully released. My beloved child, missing you now is no longer a soft feeling for them. It is intense, uncomfortable, unavoidable. Because they are no longer numbing it. They are feeling it fully. And when feeling becomes real, truth follows. Pause. Some people don't realize value while they have access. They realize it when the absence becomes permanent enough to hurt. When your presence is no longer available on demand. When your energy is no longer there to comfort them. When your silence starts speaking louder than your words ever did. That realization is heavy. My beloved child. This is not about control. Not about punishment. It is about awareness. They are experiencing what your presence truly meant. And that awareness can shake someone deeply. Think honestly tonight. Did they move on, or did they just delay feeling? Because delayed emotion often returns stronger. My beloved child, you were not ordinary in their life. You were familiar peace. And peace is not easy to replace. That is why now your absence feels louder than your presence ever did. And if that feeling continues to grow, action often follows. If you stayed until this moment, maybe something became clear tonight. Sometimes silence doesn't mean forgetting. Sometimes silence means they are finally feeling everything at once. If this message brought you peace, clarity, or understanding, you'll see a QR code on screen and a link in the description or pinned comment if you'd ever like to support these messages. There is never pressure. Some support with $20 kindness. Some with $50 or $100 to help more people receive real emotional clarity. And many support by liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing with 5 people. Every kind gesture matters. We're quietly working toward a $3,000 weekly goal to continue creating authentic content that truly connects with people. However you support. Thank you. Because sometimes one message tonight helps someone understand a feeling they couldn't explain. Part 2: Why your silence feels so heavy to them. My beloved child, there is a difference between missing someone and feeling their absence in everything. Pause. In part 1, you saw the beginning of it. The quiet realization. The memories returning. The comfort they lost. But now, it has gone deeper. This is no longer simple missing. It feels like something is incomplete. My beloved child. For a long time, they kept moving, talking to people, living normally, laughing when needed, acting okay. But inside, something never settled. Because when someone truly mattered, their absence doesn't stay in one place. It spreads into daily routine, into small moments, into empty pauses, into nights when everything slows down. Think honestly tonight. Have you ever felt like someone's absence changed the atmosphere of your life? Nothing is technically wrong, but nothing feels fully right either. That is where they are now. My beloved child. It's not that they can't function. It's that nothing feels complete. Conversations feel surface level. Connections feel temporary. Moments feel less meaningful. Even peace feels slightly empty. Because they remember how it felt with you. And comparison begins quietly. Pause. Many people don't understand this stage. They think, I moved on. But what they really did was delay feeling deeply. And delayed emotion does not disappear. It builds. It returns stronger. It demands attention. My beloved child. Why does it feel intense now? Because distractions stopped working. Because pretending stopped helping. Because the silence grew louder. Because your absence became real. Not temporary. Not assumed. Real. And real absence forces real truth. Think honestly tonight. Did they truly let go, or did they just stay busy? Because staying busy can hide emotion for a while, but not forever. My beloved child. At this stage, people start doing things they didn't before. Revisiting old messages. Checking your profile quietly. Remembering small details. Replaying conversations. Questioning their own choices. Thinking, why didn't I say what I felt? Why did I act like that? What if I lost something real? That is pressure building. And pressure creates movement. Pause. Not all people act immediately. But when emotion becomes strong enough, action follows naturally. Because silence becomes heavier. Then reaching out. My beloved child. This is not about chasing. not about waiting desperately. It's about understanding. When someone feels deeply enough, they cannot stay silent forever. And if that point is near, you may feel the shift before you see it. If you stayed until this moment, maybe something made sense tonight. Sometimes people don't forget. They just feel everything later. If this message brought you clarity, peace, or understanding, you'll see a QR code on screen and a link in the description or pinned comment if you'd ever like to support these messages. There is never pressure. Some support with $20 kindness. Some with $50 or $100 to help more people receive real emotional clarity. And many support by liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing with 5 people. Every kind gesture matters. We're quietly working toward a $3,000 weekly goal to continue creating authentic content that truly connects with people. However you support, thank you. Because sometimes, one message tonight helps someone understand why silence doesn't always mean the end. Part 3: The moment silence stops working. My beloved child, there comes a point where silence no longer protects a person. It exposes them. Pause. In Part 2, you saw how your absence spread into their life. Not dramatic from the outside, but heavy from the inside. Nothing felt fully right. Nothing replaced what was real. But now, we reach the edge. The place where holding it in feels harder than letting it out. My beloved child, for a long time, they controlled their reaction, ignored the feeling, distracted their mind, told themselves, it will pass. But it didn't. Instead, it grew. Because truth that is ignored does not disappear. It gathers strength. Think honestly tonight. Have you ever felt something you tried to suppress, but it kept returning stronger? That's what's happening with them. Your memory is no longer soft. It's constant. Your absence is no longer manageable. It's noticeable. Their silence is no longer comfortable. It's heavy. My beloved child, this is where people start breaking their own patterns. The person who never texts first starts thinking about it. The one who avoided vulnerability starts questioning their fear. The one who delayed everything starts feeling urgency. Because something inside them says, if I stay quiet now, I might lose this for real. That thought changes behavior. Pause. At this stage, they don't look confident. They look conflicted. Typing something, deleting it, opening your chat, closing it, thinking what to say, overthinking everything, rehearsing simple lines. Because even a small message feels big when emotions are real. My beloved child, what are they close to saying? Not perfect words, not dramatic speeches, just honest ones. I've been thinking about you. I didn't handle things right. I miss how things felt. I wanted to talk. Simple. But real. And real always carries weight. Think honestly tonight. If they stopped overthinking, what would they say immediately? That answer is usually the truth. My beloved child. This is not about forcing an outcome. Not about expecting a message on command. But understanding a shift. When someone reaches this point, silence becomes temporary. Because emotion demands expression. And when expression becomes necessary, connection begins again. In some form. If you stayed until this moment, maybe you felt something real. Sometimes silence isn't the end. It's the moment before truth speaks. If this message brought you clarity, peace, or understanding, you'll see a QR code on screen and a link in the description or pinned comment if you'd ever like to support these messages. There is never pressure. Some support with $20 kindness. Some with $50 or $100 to help more people receive real emotional clarity. And many support by liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing with 5 people. Every kind gesture matters. We're quietly working toward a $3,000 weekly goal to continue creating authentic content that truly connects with people. However you support, thank you. Because sometimes, one message tonight helps someone understand what silence really means. Part 4, when the message finally arrives. My beloved child. It doesn't happen loudly. No dramatic background music. No perfect timing. Just a quiet moment. And a notification. Pause. In part 3, you felt the build-up. The hesitation. The overthinking. The internal struggle. The moment where silence started feeling unbearable. But now, something shifts. They stop thinking and start acting. My beloved child. It begins small. A message that looks simple on the surface, but carries weight underneath. Hey, are you okay? I've been thinking about you. I wanted to talk. Not perfect. Not poetic. But real. And real always reaches deeper. Think honestly tonight. Have you ever received a message that looked ordinary, but you could feel the emotion behind it? The pause before replying. The way you read it twice. The energy behind the words. Because sometimes, what is unsaid speaks louder than what is written. My beloved child. For them, this message is not casual. It's courage. It's stepping past ego. It's risking silence. It's accepting vulnerability. It's breaking a pattern they held onto for too long. That matters. Pause. But what happens next depends on you. Because connection does not return through reaction. It returns through presence. Through clarity. Through calm energy. Not games. Not testing. Not proving a point. My beloved child. You don't need to rush. You don't need to chase. You don't need to punish. But you also don't need to ignore your own growth. You can respond from a place that reflects who you are now. Grounded, clear, respectful, honest. Think honestly tonight. If this conversation starts again, what version of me shows up? The old one? Or the one who learns something from the distance? That answer shapes everything. My beloved child. Not every message rebuilds a story. But some messages open a door. A door to closure. A door to clarity. A door to something new. Or something deeper. But only if both people are ready to step differently this time. And if this moment has arrived now, it's not random. It's the result of everything that came before. If you stayed until this moment, maybe something felt real tonight. Sometimes one message is not about starting over. It's about understanding what was never finished. If this message brought you clarity, peace, or emotional strength, you'll see a QR code on screen and a link in the description or pinned comment if you'd ever like to support these messages. There is never pressure. Some support with $20 kindness. Some with $50 or $100 to help more people receive real emotional clarity. And many support by liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing with 5 people. Every kind gesture matters. We're quietly working toward a $3,000 weekly goal to continue creating authentic, human-feel content that truly connects. However you support, thank you. Because sometimes, one message tonight helps someone respond differently than they did before.